The truth, they never told you about our society. They say time changes everything. But what if the thing that actually needs to change the most is our people mindset?
Thank you so much.
And this is what I mean about the humanity. The humanity still remains even though there's chaos. That way. There's blown up stuff, they're ripping off the railings, but still, you have people sharing water, laughing, helping each other out.
What is your meaning of this?
Wild, wild, wild.
Every foreigner says our people are friendly, helpful, kind-hearted, and they're right to some extent. But is that the whole truth? Do a few kind words from outsiders truly represent who we are? Or is there something they just don't see? Is our society really as pure as they say? Or have we simply learned to hide our flaws too well today? Let's talk about the truth we keep ignoring. The truth we experience every single day in our lives. In our homes, on our streets, in our culture, we see it, we live it, yet we act like nothing's wrong because we have become too used to it.
我也要尊敬的对你说，回答我一道题，可以吗？你说我是哪里对你不好，还是我哪里差，还是哪里不行？你可以随便说，我可以改，但是我有自由的时间呐，我不能没有自由啊，我不能绑在学习身上啊，学习必须老师就好呀。
This is the truth they never told you about our society. Are you ready to hear it? If you are, then let's begin. The untold truth of our society. The place where our childhood began, where we learned to walk, speak, dream. The one that raised us, saved us, and left its marks on us. The one that taught us love, but also fear. A place that looks beautiful from the outside, but can be cruel at its heart. If you know me, you know where I come from. If you don't, I just want to let you know I'm from Asia, a land of mountains, faith, and countless contradictions there. But today I'm not here to talk about myself. I want to talk about our societies, the ones all across this continent, from the south to the east, north to the west. Places where people share the same sun and often the same struggles. Places where love has limits, freedom comes with conditions, and equality still feels like a dream. When a girl is born in our society, do you know? From the moment a girl is born in our society, her life begins to be written differently. In some communities, instead of celebration, there is an uneasy silence. The joy of birth is replaced by disappointment because the parents wanted a boy. Yes, the society I'm going to expose today. To them, a son is a blessing from God, but a daughter, she's seen as a burden. Parents pray for a boy. Why? Because he's the one who will carry the family name, look after them in old age, lead the next generation. When a girl is born, she's seen as someone who will one day live to another house, another family, become theirs. So families try again and again and again, pregnancy after pregnancy, until a boy is born. And if a boy is not born, women often face mental and physical torture daily, things outsiders cannot even imagine. Yes, these societies still exist in our nation, and these are the orthodox traditions people continue to follow. Women get blamed, beaten, betrayed, abandoned, and sometimes even divorced, all because they didn't have a boy. They worship goddesses, but curse their daughters. I've seen it with my own eyes. Mothers crying in silence, not because they don't love their daughters, but because society doesn't. I've heard the whispers, again a girl, maybe next time you'll have a son. What the heck? What's the wrong with having a girl? Isn't it bitterly ironic that the same people who bow to a goddess can fail to honor the baby girl born under their own roof? Growing up as a girl in our societies, from childhood, the differences begin. The boy gets the better plate of food, the girl gets what's left. The boy goes to a better school, the girl goes to a cheaper one. The brother is encouraged to dream, the sister is told to be realistic. She learns to cook before she even knows the ingredients. She learns to apologize before she has done anything wrong. She learns only that her worth depends on how much she pleases others. She learns to give up her share for her brother, for her family. She learns to smile even when it hurts. She learns to suppress her feelings. She learns that her dreams come second. And do you know what happens when she gets her first period? Menstruation? Instead of being comforted,
नानी आज मैं भी पूजा करूंगी।
तुझे मना किया ना 5 दिन तक रुक जाना, मंदिर में जाना, जाओ बाहर।
कभी कहती हूँ पूजा करनी चाहिए, अब मैं पूजा के लिए आ रही हूँ तो फिर कह रही हूँ बाहर निकलो।
मुझसे मत बोल, अपनी मम्मी से पूछ।
अजीब है। किचन से बाहर चलो।
she's told, don't touch the kitchen, don't enter the prayer room, don't do this, don't do that. In some homes, she's completely isolated as if growing up is a crime. This is not culture, this is cruelty.
मिक्सर है पहिलाका जिजुबाजुले हुने घरमा राख्दाखेरि छुइयो यो छुइयो अनि छुइयो घरमा बस्दाखेरि देउता बिग्रिन्छन् देउता बिग्रिएपछि अनि मान्छे बिग्रिन्छन्
ढोका छैन झ्याल छैन गोठमा बत्तीको सुविधा छैन डर लाग्छ 3 दिन भयो अनि अझ फेरि 5 दिन बस्नुपर्ने छ यही कोठामा
Bad things need to change in our society. This still happens in our societies today, not just in remote villages, but also in towns and cities, where people wear modern clothes but carry conservative minds. Ignorance casts the longest shadow over our culture. That's why I'm telling you again and again, we have to change our people mindset. We need to change our people mindset. Living in shadows, the life of a girl. When a girl grows up, her world gets smaller. She learns not to stay out too late. Why? Because in our society, people can be cruel and it can be dangerous. Girls can't even walk alone because safety is never guaranteed. Every step outside the home feels like a risk. Every street has bad eyes that watch her, making her feel unsafe to walk. As she grows older, fear becomes her constant shadow. She learns which roads to avoid. She carries her phone, keys, as well as pepper spray, just in case if needed. She knows walking alone can be dangerous, so she always tries to walk with friends. Every day, she faces bad comments, stares, unwanted touches, and threats. And if she dares to complain, society blames her. Don't go out late, don't wear that, don't talk too much. This is the society we live in. When the world misbehaves, women is blamed. I've heard stories that make your heart stop here. In our nation, one day, a man falls in love and proposes to a woman, but woman, she doesn't like him and she says no because she has every right to do that one. But how cruel our society can be. The next day, he waits for her on the street. When she shows up on that street, he throws acid on her face. What kind of society is this? What is her crime? Saying no, that means you can throw the acid in her face? Guys, when a woman says no to your proposal, respect her decision. Everyone has the right to say what they feel. And even worse, when crimes like rape or murder happen in our nation, our system often fails to deliver the justice. There is police delay, politicians interfere, money speaks louder than justice, and the victim is blamed. Why was she out so late? Why was she waiting that? Why don't you make better rules and systems so that women and children, young or old, can feel safe and walk with confidence, knowing that their security is right, not a privilege. Education and marriage to the girl. Now let's talk about the education. If a boy says, I want to be an engineer or doctor or pilot, the whole family supports him. They will sell land if they have to. But if a girl says the same, they ask why. You'll get married anyway.
Every girl deserves a childhood to learn, play, and make her own choices, with equal opportunities to thrive. But across East Asia and the Pacific, 93 million young women were married before 18. Almost 9 in 10 child brides become mothers while still teenagers. 3 in 4 do not finish school, facing greater risks of gender-based violence and poverty.
Many girls study only till class 10 or 12. After that, the parents start looking for a husband for her. The sooner she is married, the better.
अनि वर्ष 14 वर्ष भयो मेरो बिहे भएको 1.5 साल भयो साथीहरु स्कुल जाँदा रहर लाग्छ अनि बिहे किन गर्यो जस्तो लाग्छ
And when the time for marriage comes, the checklist begins. Is the groom rich? Does he live abroad? Does he have a green card or PR? No one asks. Is he kind? Will he respect her? Does he know what love means? As if love and character don't even matter. Here, I remember one saying. When a man earns money, its past is forgiven. When a woman makes mistakes, her past never dies. That's the society we are living, and it never gonna be changed. But we can change our people mindset, and we can build up one good society for coming generations. And do you know what happens next? Girl even forced to leave her true love for someone better as per their parents. Many girls are pushed to marry strangers because they promise a better life.
No love, no choice. Something's not right here. This illegal forced marriage is an insidious crime. Robbed a young woman of her freedom.
A loveless marriage exploded in violence.
And her life. She had to face the impossible choice of her family or the man she didn't want to marry. Yes. The bride is 20-year-old Rukia Hadari. But this is not a happy occasion. She doesn't love the groom. She barely knows him. She's been forced into this by her mother, and she doesn't want to let her down.
After a few months, she realizes that money can't buy respect, money can't buy love, money can't buy peace. Too often, it ends in heartbreak and silence, and the marriage breaks. Another life ruined, not by fate, but by family pressure. The other side, the wage earned man. Now let's talk about the other side, the story rarely told. Let's not forget, the pain doesn't only belong to women. Men suffer too, in silence. The boy who was born with expectation instead of affection. The son who grew up being told, you are the man of the house. You can't cry, you can't fail. From childhood, boys are told, be strong, don't cry, don't show weakness.
लड़के नहीं रोते.
बैठो बैठो लड़के रोते नहीं.
Stop crying, Rohan. Are you a girl? Boys don't cry.
ओ देवदास, छोड़ ना यार. लड़के ऐसे नहीं रोते.
बचपन से ही सिखाते हैं कि लड़के रोते नहीं हैं. शायद बेहतर होगा अगर हम सिखाएं कि लड़के रुलाते नहीं हैं.
So they hide their emotions, they bury their pain, they work day and night carrying the weight of expectations. Even when their hearts are breaking, they are not allowed to cry. They must smile and say, I'm fine. From the beginning, he learns that love must be earned, not given. He studies hard, works harder, and dreams of becoming successful, not always for himself, but for his parents, for his siblings, for everyone depending on him. But what if he fails? If they fail, they are called useless. If they don't earn, they are called burden. If they stay home, they are called lazy. Society doesn't forgive him. He's called useless, lazy, disappointment. Even his relatives stop respecting him. As a man, you can break your bones, but not your pride. He hides his pain because he has no place to show it. He can't cry in public, can't talk about anxiety, can't admit he is tired. Because if he does, they'll say, be a man. But what does that even mean? To be human, but not allowed to feel it. And here, mental health becomes a silent war. Thousands of men in our societies live broken, not from lack of money, but lack of understanding. And when love fails, it hits harder because society taught him that his worth depends on how much he provides. When he can't, he feels like he's not enough. And when they turn 18, society starts reminding them, you have responsibilities now, you must earn, you must take care of your family. The eldest son feels it even more. He becomes the protector, the provider, long before he's ready. Many young men go abroad, not always out of ambition, but out of guilt, duty, pressure. They live alone, far from home, working long hours, saving money for families who call once a week. They send money but lose themselves in the process. And when they come back home, they are still told, not enough. In our societies, our parents teach our sons to be protectors, but not how to be people. Inside, he's tired, but he can't stop. Because in our world, a man's worth is measured by his wallet. So yes, men may have freedom, but they also have invisible sense. Love, conditional and temporary. Now let's talk about love, something that should be pure, but rarely is anymore. Even love feels temporary now. Love today feels like a deal. Relationships have become transactions, something people exchange for stability, status, or comfort. Loyalty lasts until someone better appears.
And I tried and failed and tried and failed again because I laid eyes on that man, that married man. I was weak.
People talk about true love, but act like it's optional. And we call this love. Love should be built on truth, not status, not passport color, not salary slips. When you love someone truly, you don't compare, you commit. But in our society, true love often loses to money, status, or fear. And in our societies, men and women both suffer from this. She's told to love only the successful person, and he's told to become successful just to be loved.
Love or money?
Love. Love. Can't put a price on love.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say love because I'm standing beside my husband. If he wasn't here, I'd probably say money.
Love.
Love, yeah, love. Love.
Love.
You can
get money whenever, and love is, I don't know, more of a rarity.
In a world that teaches us to earn love, we forget how to give it. Relationships break easily now because people don't want to build, they want to buy. We forget that love isn't about who has more, but about who stays when you have less. The real problem, mindset. The biggest problem in our society isn't poverty or politics, it's people mindset. We live in a society that worships goddesses but disrespects women, that praises bravery but punishes emotion, that worships education but fears independent women, that tells women to stay home and tells men to never come home empty-handed. Education doesn't just open schools, it opens minds. We need to unlearn what we have been taught, that men must be strong and women must be silent, that love is a reward and not a right, that respect depends on gender. Until we break these beliefs, we'll keep repeating the same mistakes again and again and again, generation after generation. If we can change how we think, we can change everything, because no law, no government, no reason can fix what we refuse to face. A call for change. So what now? Do we keep complaining? Do we keep living like this? Or do we start changing? Slowly, quietly, but surely. It begins at home, in how we talk to our daughters, in how we raise our sons, in how we treat each other as equals. Let's raise daughters who believe they can. Let's raise sons who know it's okay to cry. Let's teach respect, not control. Let's teach love, not ownership. Let's tell our boys they don't need to go abroad to earn respect. Let's tell our girls they don't need to marry to earn value. Let's make education not just about degrees but about dignity. Society is not what we inherit, it's what we choose to continue. If we want to change society, we must change the rules we follow blindly. We can change the future, but by changing how we raise our children today. In conclusion, this is the society we grew up in, imperfect, unbalanced, sometimes heartbreaking, but not hopeless. We have seen its cruelty, we have felt its weight, but we have also seen its strength in the mothers who never gave up, and in the fathers who sacrificed silently, in the daughters who kept dreaming, and in the sons who kept believing. The truth is, our society can change, but change won't come in a day. It takes time, but only if we stop whispering and start speaking. When you stop judging and start understanding, when you stop waiting for others and start with ourselves. So the next time when a girl is born, celebrate her birth, give respect and help if girl needed. The next time you see a man cry, don't call him weak, ask, listen and support if you can. And the next time you see injustice, don't look away, speak about it. The next time you see discrimination, silence it, because silence protects the problem, and your voice, yes, your one voice can begin the change.